Hi everyone. Today I'm going to teach you the pronunciation of alphabets along with the words in French. Let's begin. A is called A in French. A. A. A stands for avion. Avion, which means plane. Now listen to the pronunciation of the native French speaker.
Avion,
Again.
avion,
B is called bay in French. Bay. Bay. Bay stands for bouteille, bouteille, which means bottle. Now look, you already are aware of the oo sound in French. When ou are together, you have to pronounce it as oo, and ILLE
bouteille,
are to be pronounced as e. So it becomes bouteille, 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 bouteille. Now listen to the pronunciation of the native French speaker to pronounce accurately.
bouteille,
Again,
bouteille,
again.
bouteille,
C is called say in French. Say. Say stands for chateau, chateau, which means castle. Now look. CH is pronounced as sh in French, that you all know, and the A is pronounced as A in French. Even though there's a circumflex accent here, but that doesn't change the pronunciation.
château,
It remains A only. The pronunciation remains A only. And EAU is pronounced as O in French. O. O. So it becomes chateau. T becomes T. So it becomes chateau, chateau, chateau. Now listen to the pronunciation of the native French speaker.
château,
Again.
château, château,
D is called they in French. They, they. They stands for dauphin, dauphin, which means dolphin. Now look, the AU sound, you all know that it is pronounced as O, O. And the IN sound is pronounced as A in French. It
dauphin,
is the nasal sound. A, A. So it becomes dauphin, dauphin. Now listen to the pronunciation of the native French speaker.
dauphin,
Again,
dauphin,
again.
dauphin,
E is called in French. A, A. A stands for étoile, étoile. Now look, this is pronounced as A, that you all know that the acute accent in E changes the pronunciation
étoile,
and it is pronounced as A. A. OI sound is pronounced as UA, UA. So it becomes étoile, étoile. Now listen to the pronunciation of the native French speaker.
étoile,
Again.
étoile,
F is called F in French also. F stands for fleur, fleur. So the EUR sound is the sound, Now listen to the pronunciation of the native French speaker.
fleur,
Again.
fleur,
G stands for J in French. J stands for gâteau, gâteau, which means cake. Now look, the circumflex accent in A does not change the pronunciation. The A sound is pronounced as A in French, A, And the
gâteau,
circumflex accent is just used in writing. It doesn't change the pronunciation. A is pronounced as A in French, so it becomes gâteau, gâteau. EAU is pronounced as O in French, O, so it becomes gâteau. Now listen to the pronunciation of the native French speaker.
gâteau,
Again,
gâteau,
H is called Ash in French. Ash, Ash. Ash stands for Ibu, Ibu. Now here the H is silent, it's not pronounced, and I is pronounced as E in French, and OU is pronounced
hibou,
as OU. U, sorry, OU is pronounced as U in French. So it becomes Ibu, Ibu. Now listen to the pronunciation of the native French speaker.
hibou,
Again,
hibou,
I is called E in French. E stands for imperméable. Imperméable, which means raincoat. Imperméable, which means raincoat. Now look. IM is pronounced as arm. Arm. ER is pronounced as air. Air. Imperméable.
imperméable,
This you already know how to pronounce. It is pronounced as A. So, imperméable. A is pronounced as A. So it becomes imperméable. Now listen to the pronunciation of the native French speaker.
imperméable,
Again,
imperméable,
again.
imperméable,
J is called G in French. G. G stands for jumelle. Jumelle. Now look. The U in French is pronounced as the English alphabet U. U. So it becomes jumelle. Jumelle. The last S is not pronounced. So it has to be pronounced as jumelle. Jumelle. Now listen to the pronunciation of the native French speaker.
jumelle,
Again.
jumelle,
Again.
jumelle,
K is called Ka in French. Ka. Ka stands for kiwi. Kiwi. Now look. The I is pronounced as E, as I already told you. So it has to be pronounced
kiwi,
as kiwi. Kiwi. Now listen to the pronunciation of the native French speaker.
kiwi,
Again.
kiwi,
L is called L in French also. L stands for lune. Lune, which means moon. Now look. The UNE sound is pronounced as yun in French. Yun. Yun. So moon is pronounced as lune. Lune. Now listen to the pronunciation of the native French speaker.
lune,
Again.
lune,
Again.
lune,
M is called M in French also. M stands for marteau. Marteau, which means hammer. Now look. A you already know it's pronounced as A in French. EAU is pronounced as O. So it becomes marteau.
marteau,
Marteau. Marteau. Now listen to the pronunciation of the native French speaker to pronounce accurately.
marteau,
Again.
marteau,
Again.
marteau,
I hope you have understood the alphabets from A to M in French. Now I will discuss further alphabets in my next video, so stay tuned.
Ni. Olive. Parapluie. Question. Roi. Soleil. Tasse. Usine. Vache. Wagon. Xylophone. Yeux. Libre.